Bonjour à tous, bienvenue à la lecture d'aujourd'hui sur la grammaire française de base. Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture on basic French grammar. I am Dr. Roop Kanwal, Assistant Professor from Professional Enhancement Cell, CT University. Today, we will be covering some fundamental topics in French grammar that are essential for beginners. The topics include French articles, both definite and indefinite, and colors in French. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to correctly use definite and indefinite articles in French, apply color adjectives accurately in descriptions. First, let's understand what we mean by articles. Les articles or articles are small words that define whether a noun is specific or general. French articles also help us identify the gender, masculine or feminine, along with the number, singular or plural, of the nouns they modify. There are two types of articles in French, definite and indefinite. Definite articles refer to a specific noun, while indefinite articles refer to a non-specific noun. Let's start with the les articles indéfinis, the indefinite articles in French. The indefinite articles are un, in, des. Un is used for masculine nouns, in for feminine nouns, and they for plural forms. These articles do not refer to something specific. They are used in a general sense. For example, a car in English means any car, not a particular one. Similarly, un livre means a book in French. As for they, it is used when referring to plural nouns. In French, they can also function as a partitive article, which means some. We use they when referring to things that cannot be counted individually. For instance, des chocolats means some chocolates, indicating an unspecified quality and quantity. This contrasts with countable nouns, where we would use specific numbers like cat liver. That means 4 books. Thus, they helps us talk about portions or amounts of uncountable items in a general sense. Here are certain examples. Un livre, that means a book. Des frites, some fries. Une portion, a portion. Une pomme, an apple. Un oignon, an onion. Next, we have les articles définis, the definite articles. Le, la with an apostrophe, and les. La is used for masculine singular nouns. La is used for feminine. And la with an apostrophe is used before singular nouns that begin with a vowel or a mute ash, that is h, regardless of gender. And les is used plural nouns of any gender. These articles refer to something specific and definite. For instance, when we say the book in English, we are referring to a particular book. Here are some other examples in French. Le livre, the book. Les livres, the books. La maison, the house. Les maisons, the houses. L'arbre, the tree. Les arbres, the trees. L'école, the school. Les écoles, the schools. The article L with an apostrophe is used before a vowel or a silent ash. For example, l'arbre, the tree. L'école, the school. Now let's take a look at how we use masculine articles. It's a clear rule in French that a masculine noun will carry a masculine article. The masculine articles are un, le with apostrophe, and le as singular articles. Have a look at the examples. Un homme, a man. Un garçon, a boy. L'homme, the man. Le garçon, the boy. Now, let's move on to the feminine articles. Just like the masculine nouns, feminine nouns will carry feminine articles. The feminine articles are in, la as singular articles. Here are some examples to illustrate this. Une fille, a girl. Une femme, a woman. La fille, the girl. La femme, the woman. Finally, they and les as plural articles are des hommes, some men, des garçons, some boys, des filles, some girls, des femmes, some women, les filles, the girls, les femmes, the women, les hommes, the men, les garçons, the boys. Mostly you can use some or skip the some as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the expressions related to these articles. In French, sentence structures involving articles often begin with phrases like c'est and ce sont. C'est means this is or it is and is used when referring to a singular noun. Ce sont means these are and is used when referring to plural nouns. These phrases help identify and describe objects, making it clear whether we are talking about one item or multiple items. Let's look at some practical examples to understand how these phrases are used with both indefinite and definite articles. C'est un crayon. It means this is a pencil. Very good. C'est un crayon. C'est un stylo. This is a pen. Ce sont des crayons. These are pencils. Ce sont des stylos. These are pens. The examples above illustrate the use of indefinite articles with masculine nouns in French. For masculine items like a pencil or a pen, the indefinite article un is used. For instance, c'est un crayon denotes a single pencil, while ce sont des crayons indicates multiple pencils. Similarly, un stylo and des stylos follow the same rule. These constructions demonstrate how the indefinite article un is used to introduce singular masculine nouns, while they is used for plural masculine nouns. Other examples like c'est une gomme. This is an eraser. C'est une règle. This is a ruler. Ce sont des gommes. These are eraser. Ce sont des règles. These are rulers. These examples illustrate the use of indefinite articles with feminine nouns in French. For feminine items like an eraser or a ruler, the indefinite article in is used. For example, c'est une gomme denotes a single eraser, while ce sont des gommes indicates multiple erasers. Right? These examples demonstrate how the indefinite article in introduces singular feminine nouns, while they is used for plural feminine nouns. So there is no difference in masculine and feminine when we talk about les and they. Now let's observe the use of definite articles with nouns in French. C'est le livre. This is the book. C'est le cahier. This is the notebook. C'est la table. This is the table. C'est la chaise. This is the chair. Ce sont les livres. These are the books. Ce sont des cahiers. These are the notebooks. Very good. Ce sont les tables. These are the tables. Ce sont les chaises. These are the chairs. I hope you're enjoying it. Hence, definite articles indicate specificity and are used to refer particular items. For masculine nouns like le livre, the book, le cahier, the notebook, the definite article le is used. Another example is c'est le livre denotes as a specific book, while c'est le cahier specifies a particular notebook. Similarly, for a feminine noun such as la table or la chaise, that means the table or the chair, la is used because they are feminine. For instance, c'est la table refers to a specific table and c'est la chaise denotes to a particular chair. Something important about it, right? Okay, when referring to multiple items, the definite article les is used regardless of the gender. For example, ce sont les livres means these are the books, and ce sont les tables means these are the tables. There is no gender specification, right? This usage of definite articles helps clarify whether we are referring to a singular or plural item, and whether they are masculine or feminine in French. So, cher étudiants, my dear students, let's note down certain points to remember about French articles. Number one, in French, the choice of articles before noun depends on their gender and number. Number two, second masculine singular nouns use a, that is a, le, the, such as un livre, that means a book, and le livre, the book. Feminine singular nouns require in, la. For example, une table, la table. Plural nouns, whether masculine or feminine, use they. That may refer to some as well. And les, such as des livres and les livres, or des tables, les tables, right? Moreover, if we talk about changing singular into plural, pluralization of French involves adding an s after the noun, but notably the pronunciation remains the same as in the singular form. For example, a garçon, des garçons, it remains the same. Always follow the rules of liaison and elision in spoken French as well. Now you would ask, what is liaison and elision? Liaison refers to phonic linking of a consonant sound at the end of the word with a vowel at the beginning of the next word, enhancing the fluidity in speech. For example, les amis is pronounced as les amis, where the sound links with the final s of the lay and with the vowel sound of the beginning of the word ami, that is a, les amis. Elisions involve the omission of a vowel sound, typically e, before a word starting with a vowel or a silent ash, that is h, to maintain smooth pronunciation as seen in l'homme, that is l'homme, the man, l'école, the school. Understanding these principles help in correctly using French articles and maintaining proper pronunciation and flow in spoken French. Moving on to the next segment of the session, explorons maintenant les couleurs en français. Let's explore colors in French. Les couleurs, or the colors you may refer to, are used to depict the surroundings and convey a spectrum of emotions and sentiments. Each color has its own significance and is commonly used in diverse contexts. For example, red is associated with passion and love, as seen in phrasing like une rose rouge, that means a red rose, or le cœur rouge, the red heart, right? Blue often evokes tranquility and serenity, as in le ciel bleu, the blue sky, or la mer bleue, the blue sea. Green symbolizes nature and freshness, seen in l'arbre vert, the green grass, or les yeux verts, green eyes. Yellow represents joy and energy, as in le soleil jaune, the yellow sun, or une robe jaune, a yellow dress. Black is often used to describe elegance and mystery, such as a costume noir, a black suit, or la nuit noire, the dark night. Finally, white is associated with purity and innocence, seen in la neige blanche, the white snow, or une colombe blanche, a white dove. Are you enjoying it? Let's move on forward. Understanding these things of colors in French enriches not only vocabulary, but also the ability to express precise descriptions and feelings in the language. So feel it when you deal with it. Let's revise the French colors in French, plus with a translation of English. Rouge, red. bleu, blue, vert, green, jaune, yellow, noir, black, blanc, white, marron, brown, orange, orange, rose, pink, violet, purple. These colors are essential in French for describing surroundings, expressing emotions, and adding depth to communication. Moving further, let's discuss the genders associated with colors in French. So, colors in French are categorized into masculine and feminine forms based on their endings. Yeah. Unlike English, in French, adjectives are typically placed after the noun they modify, not before it. However, there are exceptions such as beau, that means handsome, belle, that means beautiful, grand, that means big or tall. Other examples are also there, where they are placed before the noun, just like we do that in English, right? Masculine colors typically end in consonant, such as rouge, that ends with an E, red, bleu, that ends with a U, vert, that ends with a T, noir, that ends with an R, marron, that ends with an N, violet, that ends with a T. These colors are used with masculine nouns like a livre rouge, a red book, or a pull bleu, a blue sweater. On the other hand, feminine colors often end with an E, like jaune, orange, rose, blanche. Blanche is white, the feminine form of the white color. They are paired with feminine nouns such as une fleur jaune, a yellow flower, une robe rose, a pink dress. When referring to multiple colors, whether masculine or feminine, the plural form is used by adding an S to the color, like they rouge, they bleu, they vert. You can also translate them with the use of some as well, but you can skip the some as well because it's an partitive article. They rose. Understanding the gender of colors ensures correct agreement with nouns in French sentences, enhancing clarity and grammatical accuracy in communication. Let's delve into the masculine, feminine, and plural forms of French colors, along with their pronunciation. Right? Let's begin. Rouge, red. Rouge remains unchanged in both masculine and feminine forms. For example, une jupe rouge, a red skirt, and un livre rouge, a red book. Both use rouge in its singular form. There is no change. Point it down, okay? When referring to multiple red items such as des chemises rouge, the pronunciation of rouge remains the same. Yes, it remains consistent. In spoken French, the gender or the number of the noun is inferred through the articles or the form of the adjective. But rouge maintains its pronunciation and spelling regardless of the context. Moving on to vert, that is green. Yes, this color exhibits gender-specific forms. It changes to vert when describing a feminine noun, such as une pomme verte, a green apple, while it remains vert for masculine nouns like a crayon vert, a green pencil. In plural, vert becomes vert with an S to denote multiple green objects like they were. The pronunciation, on the other hand, were, wert, is almost similar with a slight difference in the ending vowel sound. Were, wert. Now consider black, noir. This color also adapts based on gender and number. It stays as noir for masculine singular nouns such as un chat noir, but changes to noir for feminine singular nouns like une voiture noire, a black car. In plural, it reverts to noir to indicate multiple black items such as des noirs with an S. The pronunciation of noir and noir is almost identical, focusing on the consonant ending, a little bit of that. For gris, that is grey, it remains invariant across both masculine and feminine forms. For instance, a chat gris and une voiture grise, a grey cat, a grey car. Both use gris without any much kind of alteration, only you need to add an E after that. In plural, gris becomes gris to denote multiple grey items that stay the same, right? The pronunciation of gris is straightforward with a clear g sound, followed by with the E sound, gris. Pink in French is rose, and it remains consistent in its form regardless of gender or number. For example, une robe rose, a pink dress, and a bouquet rose, a pink bouquet, both use rose as unchanged. In plural, rose transforms to rose with an S, extra S, to indicate multiple pink objects. The pronunciation of rose remains a clear R sound followed by a soft O sound. Yellow is jaune in French, and it follows a similar pattern. It remains jaune for both masculine and feminine singular forms. For example, un soleil jaune, a yellow sun, and une fleur jaune, a yellow flower. In plural, jaune becomes jaune with an extra S, but the pronunciation stays the same to denote multiple yellow items. The pronunciation of jaune involves a clear j sound followed by a nasal o sound, jaune. Next, blue in French is bleu, and it adapts to gender and number. The sound stays the same, right? In masculine form, it's bleu, and the example is un ciel bleu, a blue sky. While changing to bleu for feminine, you just add an E after that, but the sound stays the same. For example, une mer bleue. In plural, you again add an S with bleu, and the sound stays the same. And it will denote multiple items of blue color. The pronunciation of bleu is clear with a distinct bleu blend followed by a short sound. White is blanc, and it adjusts to gender and number. It remains blanc for masculine singular form, just for example, a nuage blanc, a white cloud. But it becomes blanche with the extra H and E for feminine. For example, une neige blanche, that is white snow. Right? So the pronunciation also changes from blanc to blanche. The plural form will have an extra S after both of the sounds. And the sound of blanc is a clear bleu, sound in the end. Next color we have orange, that is orange, and it remains invariant across genders. For instance, une jupe orange, an orange skirt, and a fruit orange, an orange fruit, both use orange without alteration. But in plural form, you add an extra S with orange to denote multiple orange items. Coming on to the pronunciation of orange, it involves a clear O sound and a soft RA sound, orange. French for purple is violet. it remains consistent in the form. It stays violet in masculine, for example, a rideau violet, that is a purple curtain. But in the feminine form, you add an extra T and E along with it, and it becomes violet, in fleur violet, a purple flower. As for the plural form, again you add an extra S along with it, but the sounds of the masculine and the feminine sounds do not change. The pronunciation of violet is V, and the ending is a soft O. Understanding these variations in gender and plurality for French colors is essential for accurate communication and proper grammar usage. These distinctions allow speakers to describe objects, express emotions, and convey vivid imagery effectively in French conversations and writing. Moving on further, let's explore how French articles and colors come together in sentences. Using the structures that we have already used, I hope you remember, c'est and ce sont. In French, articles play a crucial role in indicating the gender, either the things are masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural, of the nouns. While colors agree in gender and number with the nouns they describe. Firstly, consider c'est un livre rouge. That translates to this is a red book. Here, un is an article that serves as an indefinite article for masculine singular noun paired with the word livre, that means book. And the color rouge remains unchanged whether the noun is masculine or feminine. You already know that. The structure c'est introduces the sentence because livre is singular and masculine. Moving to c'est une pomme verte, meaning this is a green apple. Here, the article une is used. Why? Because of the feminine singular noun. And it's matched with pomme, apple. The color vert adjusts to agree with the feminine singular noun. And c'est is used because pomme is a singular. Now consider the next sentence, the plural form, that is, ce sont des chemises bleues. It means these are blue shirts. Now here, they is the plural indefinite article used for both masculine and feminine. Remember, modifying chemise, the noun, that is shirts, and it's plural. The color bleu with an S agrees in gender and number with chemise. It's plural, remember? The structure ce sont is employed because chemise is plural. Similarly, ce sont des roses blanches means these are white roses. Again, they is a plural indefinite article for both masculine and feminine nouns, with rose being plural with an S. The color blanche with an S agrees with the plural noun rose. Ce sont introduces the sentence due to the plural form of rose. Further examples include c'est la voiture noire. It means this is a black car, where la is the definite article for singular feminine noun, that is voiture. It means a car. And noir agrees in gender and number with voiture. Lastly, ça sent le livre vert translates to these are the green books, with les as the indefinite article for plural nouns, that is livre with an S, that translates to books, and where agreeing with the plural noun livre. Ce sont is used because livres is plural. In French, mastering the agreement between article, colors, and nouns is essential for clear and accurate communication. These structures allow speakers to describe objects, express preferences, and convey detailed information fluently. D'accord? C'est fini. So, today we have explored fundamental aspects of French grammar, focusing on articles and color adjectives, understanding the nuances of definite and indefinite articles, along with the gender and plural form of colors. And it is very crucial for mastering French language basics. Articles like in, de, le, la, le, and le with an apostrophe help us specify nouns, while colors such as rouge, bleu, vert, and others add vivid descriptions to our expressions. By applying these concepts through examples like c'est une lèvre rouge and ce sont des roses blanches, we have seen how articles and colors combine in French sentences. Whether it's describing singular or plural nouns, masculine or feminine objects, these grammar rules ensure clarity and precision in communication. So keep practicing these fundamentals and you'll soon find yourself expressing ideas fluently and accurately in French. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt. Thank you. Bye bye.